Welcome everybody. In this video we're going to talk about factoring trinomials. A trinomial, of course, is any polynomial with three terms. That's what we have here, 1, 2, 3. And when we're asked to factor, we're asked to break this down into two binomials we can multiply together to get this trinomial. So if we think about this like undoing FOIL, so remember when we have two binomials that we multiply together, we typically FOIL it out. So we're going to multiply the first times the first, outside times outside, inside, and then last terms. We're going to think about doing the opposite of that. We're going to try to turn this into the two binomials we multiply together. Well, how do we do that? Well, first things first is how do we get this first term of y squared? Well, we need something times something. Well, y times y will give us the y squared. Well, how do we figure out then what's in the back end of these binomials? In order to do this, we need to figure out two things that multiply to give us negative 30, but when we add them, give us a positive 7. So if we list out some factors of negative 30 over here, of course, I know that 1 and negative 30 will multiply. So will negative 1 and positive 30 give us negative 30? We could also do 2 and negative 15. Or negative 2 and 15. We also have 3 and negative 10. We can also do negative 3 and positive 10. And as you get more comfortable with this, you'll kind of start to realize what two things multiply to give me negative 30 that add up to give us positive 7. But if we look at all these, we can see, these aren't going to add up to positive 7. Hey, this might get close to positive 7. Which one would it be? Well, a negative 3 plus a positive 10 will give us a positive 7, a plus 7. So these are our two factors that we are going to use. And we're just going to plug those into the back of these binomials here. So we have a negative 3 and we have a positive 10. And then you have a complete factored form. But how do we know if this is right? Well, we can find if this is right by just multiplying this back out. So if we multiply first times the first, that gives us y squared. Multiply the outside times the outside, that gives us a positive 10y. Inside times inside gives us negative 3y. And the last times the last gives us a negative 30. When we combine our like terms, 10y minus 3y gives us 7y. And we get the trinomial y squared plus 7y minus 30. And you'll see that matches with our original. So we know that we factored y minus 3 times y plus 10 correctly. So that is our factored form of this trinomial.